The fog of war never sleeps. As the sun sinks behind the blackened ruins of Ukraine's eastern front, the map of the battlefield shifts once more, its lines bleeding westward, swallowed by fire and steel. The Russians press their attack along the Zaporizhia axis. For the past 24 hours, relentless artillery and armored assaults have reshaped the ground itself. By the end of October 28, 2025, the situation looked grim. But by dawn on the 29th, everything had changed. From the shattered outskirts of Palafa, Russian forces surge forward again, tightening the noose on the western villages of Vilunias and Huron. The push is methodical, precise, each advance cutting deeper into Ukrainian defenses. Soon, the villages ahead will burn. When that happens, Ukrainian troops will have no choice but to retreat west, their supply lines severed, their last defenses collapsing from the east and northeast. Further south, the storm rages near Krasnogorsk and Ribna, the final strongholds clinging to the banks of the Yanul River. The Russians are closing in fast. Pro-Russian sources confirm it. The clashes have begun. The outcome is inevitable. In mere days, these villages will likely fall, colored red on every map, another victory from Moscow's grinding offensive.
Reports also confirm heavy fighting around the settlement of Vishnova. Russian assault groups are approaching from the south and east, forcing Ukrainian units into desperate street battles. Northern positions have fallen. The Russians now control the main company stronghold, cutting the Ukrainians off completely. The supply routes into Vishnova are gone. Only drones can reach them now, but even the skies are hostile, hunted by Russian counter-drone fire. The small village, once quiet and gray, is now a tomb waiting to be sealed. Inside its ruined factories and abandoned homes, Ukrainian defenders fight surrounded, knowing their time is short. Once the Russians secure Vishnova, they'll have a perfect foothold, a place to regroup, bring in reinforcements, and prepare for the next wave. From there, they'll drive north and northwest toward Vidrada, Gai Nova, and Alexandrivka, tightening their grip one village at a time. Meanwhile, to the east, the city of Pokrovsk trembles. The situation there grows more desperate by the hour. Ukrainian command knows the end is coming, faster than anyone dared to predict. By the end of October 28th, the Russians had already pushed into the southern streets of Mirnograd. Within hours, new footage confirmed they've taken positions in the northeast as well. A slow but steady encirclement is forming. The weather has turned foul, thick fog rolling over the battlefield, swallowing men and machines alike. It's the kind of fog where death moves unseen. Russian armored vehicles emerge like ghosts through the haze, infantry advancing close behind. Street by street, they tighten the net.
Ukrainian soldiers fight tooth and nail to destroy Russian armor with FPV drones, but the advancing infantry refuses to stop. The battle for Mirnograd is no longer a skirmish, it's an annihilation. New footage released by Ukrainian sources shows desperate counterattacks around the village of Frey. Drone strikes light up the night sky, slamming into a single building, proof that Russian forces have entrenched themselves deep inside. Neutral mappers confirm the southern and eastern sectors of Pokrovsk are falling. And then another video, this time from Russian channels. A soldier, his breath visible in the cold air, launches a small reconnaissance drone. It rises silently into the mist. What seems ordinary is, in truth, terrifying. The coordinates confirm it. The drone is launched inside the city limits of Pokrovsk. For the first time, Russia is operating its drones directly from within the urban zone. That means control. That means dominance. That means the siege is complete. This southern citadel, once a defensive fortress, is now being transformed into a base, the largest FPV drone operations hub in the region. With radar systems, transmitters, and lines of communication being wired in, the Russians are preparing to blanket the entire area in their mechanical swarm. When it's ready, Pokrovsk won't just be surrounded, it will be seen. Every street, every movement, every Ukrainian position will be under watch. The moment the drones go online, control will stretch as far west as Dopopelya.
Ukrainian counterattacks have already failed. Over the past 48 hours, Russian forces repelled multiple assaults. The Ministry of Defense in Moscow claims over 180 Ukrainian casualties in 2 days. The ground is soaked in mud and blood. Next, the focus shifts north to Kostiantynivka. Reports indicate Ukrainian units have withdrawn from the areas south of the Kibenbitska Reservoir. The battle there is over. The Russians have taken full control and are already pressing into the southeastern parts of the city. In the Lyman sector, the situation is equally dire. Satellite reports and local footage confirm that 70% of Yamper is now under Russian control. Some sources claim the entire village has fallen. Once confirmed by the Russian Ministry of Defense, new red lines will mark yet another loss for Kyiv. Russian troops push deeper into the forests east of Lyman, closing in on the roads that connect Ukrainian positions to their dwindling supply network. Vehicles sent from Yarowa are destroyed almost instantly. The roads are no longer lifelines. They're death traps. Meanwhile, in the city of Klinsk, brutal house-to-house fighting continues. Video evidence shows Russian infantry pressing through the central district, where hundreds of Ukrainian soldiers are now trapped, cut off, encircled, and out of time. Each hour brings new footage, new confirmation of progress. Russian forces are advancing toward Kuzlov, aiming to establish full control over both the physical and electronic battle space.
In Alchansk, the tempo has only intensified. Satellite comparisons from October 27th to the 29th show the line moving fast. Russian troops have captured the village of Sikava and taken the final southern stronghold in Varuchank. Their next target, Pirpovka, a key point for logistics and supply routes. Once it falls, the Russians will control the gateways into the Kharkiv operational zone. The offensive is accelerating. The Russian advance is no longer cautious, it's relentless. Every line of defense crumbles faster than the one before. And as night returns to the battlefield, only the hum of drones and the low rumble of distant artillery fill the air, a grim reminder that this war, this grinding, mechanical horror, moves on without mercy. This is Military Secret Zone, and this was today's update from the front. We condemn all acts of violence and pray for peace, but the truth remains. The war in Ukraine is far from over. Subscribe for more in-depth analysis and stay vigilant. The next 24 hours may change everything.